Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I woke up with an interesting perspective. I was wondering what happened to all these serial killers of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, okay? And a lot of them were caught eventually, after they had committed a string of murders, and they used a variety of tools. In many cases they used knives, strangulation, all sorts of stuff. Usually these serial killers, they made the headlines. So this was a big thing back in the 60s, 70s, and even into the 80s. And that's before AR-15s became so popular, and these people got the idea of, oh, let's use these AR-15s. And what I'm basically trying to explain here is that the amount of mass killings has not changed. Okay, um, it's just that now they all happen at once in a very short amount of time, as opposed to being stretched out over a longer period of time. Because if you look at, if you go back, let's say 100 years or so, and you look at cases like Jack the Ripper, okay, he was going around cutting women, but he was doing it over a longer period of time. And because it was being done, quietly at night, in places where, or basically they were planning it in such a way that there wouldn't be people to see it happen. It could go on for a longer period of time, and more people could potentially be killed. So a lot. This is one of the things that the media has completely avoided, completely, has not looked at, is that we don't have any more serial killings. Okay. What happened? What happened is, you've still got the same mindset. You still have, a given amount of degenerates being just naturally produced. It's just that, in the past they used different means. They used other means that were more quiet, and they stretched it over a longer period of time. And in many cases, they were basically copycat crimes. So basically, which is the same today. Same mindset, except that today, these serial killers are basically looking at guns as the method that they're copying. Whereas, let's say, 40, 50 years ago, they were looking at other things like strangulation or stabbings or whatnot. And again, it was just stretched over a longer period of time. So it's my opinion that the amount of actual serial killings has actually decreased. Okay, but what the media has done is they don't call it serial killings now. They're making it look like it's something completely different than what we've had in the past, going back 100 or more years. Referencing the Jack the Ripper, headlines that they had in the, going back 100 or so years. So, something for you guys to think about, to talk about, to spread the word about. If you like this video, share it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.